Little Bear or Franklin? That's right, I said it. Don't act like you ain't watched both. Don't sit here and act brand new like you wasn't sitting cross-legged on the living room carpet with a juice box in one hand and a peanut butter and jelly in the other, yelling at the screen like, "Don't do it, Franklin! Don't go in the woods with Beaver. She don't listen." First off, we gotta talk about Little Bear. Yo, Little Bear was soft, man. That show was like the animated version of a warm bath and a bedtime story. It was so calm, so peaceful, you could be having the worst day as a kid. Somebody stole your crayon, you got in trouble for eating glue, and boom, Little Bear comes on, and suddenly the world makes sense again. This little bear out here taking bubble baths in the forest, chilling with owl, cat, duck, and hen like he running a forest daycare. No drama, no yelling, just vibes. His mom? She was so patient. Like, too patient. Ain't no way a mama bear got that much time to sit around making porridge and explaining the meaning of the moon every single day. She the original gentle parenting champion. Meanwhile, his dad, Papa Bear, that man stayed with a fishing rod in one hand and wisdom in the other. You could be crying about a lost marble and he'd hit you with a whole parable about nature, and you'd be like, dang, I needed that. The animation? Watercolor. Not regular paint, not digital. Watercolor. You know how chill you gotta be to draw with watercolor? That's not animation, that's aromatherapy. Every episode felt like a lullaby. Now Franklin? Hold up, Franklin was different. Franklin was the homie. That turtle was real. He wasn't floating around making leaf boats, nah. Franklin had real life problems. That boy had beef with Bear. He got in trouble for lying. He couldn't find his damn backpack. He was dealing with peer pressure, self-doubt, and the fact that he always had to say his name first. Franklin could count by twos and tie his shoes. Bro was flexing. Every episode, he let y'all know what time it was. Franklin was at school having drama with Snail and Beaver, and why was Beaver always so high-strung? Like, she stayed on edge. Meanwhile, Bear just wanted snacks and naps. My kind of dude. Franklin's parents were more like the typical 90s cartoon parents. Loving, sure, but they were like, boy, go solve your own problems. We got soup to make. And Franklin? He had to learn lessons. Real lessons. That boy went through the emotional gauntlet. Little Bear was over here pretending he was a mermaid, while Franklin was like, yo, I forgot my best friend's birthday and now he won't talk to me. That's trauma. That's childhood stress. And the color palette? Bright, saturated. It looked like the inside of a cereal box. It kept you awake. Little Bear put you to sleep, in a good way. Franklin had you sitting on the edge of the couch like, yo, is he gonna apologize or what? You watched Little Bear when it was cloudy outside, when you were wearing footy pajamas and needed a nap. You watched Franklin when the sun was shining, your cousin was coming over, and you was feeling social. And don't get me started on their squad. Little Bear had the most nonchalant gang of animals ever assembled. Owl was intellectual but petty. Duck was cute but clueless. Hen was classy like she drank tea out of a thimble. And Cat? That dude was always up to something. That cat had main character energy. Meanwhile, Franklin's crew felt like a real classroom. Bear was the chill one, Beaver was the overachiever, Goose was shy, and Snail? Snail was just vibing, like literally moving slow and minding his business. You ever notice how Franklin had more structure? It was like school on TV, like a social skills boot camp with backpacks and moral dilemmas. Meanwhile, Little Bear was like, let's pretend the moon is made of cheese and then paint a cloud and talk about dreams, and he was just like, cool. So the real question is, what mood you in? You feeling soft, dreamy, low-key, magical? That's Little Bear. But if you're trying to feel like you're about to learn something and maybe fix your friendship with your cousin after y'all fought over the Game Boy, that's Franklin. Little Bear is the sleepy time homie. Franklin is the daytime ride or die. One makes you want to build a fort out of pillows, the other makes you want to write an apology note with crayons. One is imagination, the other is real-life application. So don't make me choose. Don't put that pressure on me. I ain't built for that kind of emotional tug-of-war. But if I had to say it, man, I'd say give me both. Let me watch Little Bear in the morning when I'm trying to calm down, and Franklin in the afternoon when I'm trying to level up. That's balance. That's childhood harmony. That's how you grow. Little Bear for the soul, Franklin for the struggle. Don't sleep on either one. Period.